Okay, we're going to try this again, you guys. Let's see, and we'll get Doug on and then I will share. So let's, Doug, if you can see this, say hi and let's get you on here. Hi, Josh. We're going to try again. All right. So, Doug, if you're on, if you can see this, say hi. There's always troubleshooting with this. How you doing, Josh? How was Nashville? I've heard all good things about Nashville. I've wanted to go. All right. I wish there was a way for me. Eric, I see you are on here. Steve, how are you? Yeah, I've heard Nashville's is a fun town to be in. Hi, John, how are you? We're going to figure this out, you guys, I promise, and we'll get Doug on here. I bet that's what I've heard, that it's better than Vegas. All right. Okay, so let me just send him a message. Hi, Blair. Wonder what kind of technical difficulties we'll have, Blair, when you come on and you're on your boat. We shall see. Okay. Hello again, Lisa. Okay. What's everybody got in their cup this morning? Or I guess in some places it's afternoon. Steve Jewell, I know it's afternoon where you are. It's almost supper time. Hi again, Bill. We're going to get this figured out. Just waiting. Hopefully Doug will say hello and we'll be able to go. Who wants to come on and chat until we get... Oh, there's Doug. Here he is. Fingers and legs, toes crossed. He's being added. He's being added. He's being added. You should hit accept. I don't know what happens when you're being invited. So whatever you're seeing on your screen, Doug, hit yes, and we should get you on here. Okay. At least he's being added, you guys. Somebody needs, like, we should do a drum roll or something, I feel like. We'll get you on here, Doug. It's all good. It's just like a job site. Nothing goes according to plan, right? Says we're adding. Hey, Mike. We're having a little technical difficulty getting Doug on here. He's being added, though, it says. Oh, no answer. Okay, Doug, when I hit invite. Uh-oh, now where did you go? Dang. Bear with us, people. We're getting there. Oh, this is real teaser, Doug. Like, we almost had you and now you're gone. Where in the world? Why won't it work? Doug, come back to us. Mike, can you give me some insight? What's happening? Okay, Doug, we've got to... How hot is it there, Steve? Tell us about where you are. Okay. Oh boy. Anybody want to come on until Doug can, we can get Doug on here? Yeah, we should do that, Mike. I don't know what happened. He was on and it said I could invite him on, which it did. Oh, there he is again. Okay, here we go. Everybody cross your fingers and everything you can cross. Okay, Doug, you should hit, I think it should just say you're being invited. So hit you. We're connecting. There he is. Can you hear us, Doug? Oh, I can't hear you now. Oh, can you hear us? You can say hi.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, we're going to share it now that you are on here. I was going to wait till, we got to make sure that it's all good.
Thank you.
How are you?
Good. I'm doing good. How are you? I'm sorry.
Good. No, it's all good. Those things that, you know what? You just never know what's going to happen. So it's all good.
Technology.
And I see that you are you're not wearing the uniform that Bill said you would be.
No, the mother pants are not my thing.
All right, let me get this shared. All right. We are live. Yay. So Doug, why don't you, while I'm sharing, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself so most people know who you are, but there are going to be a few that might not know who you are. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
I am Doug Kramer. I'm the president and CEO of Icynene-Lapolla. Been in the business a long time, and I'm sure we'll talk about that.
Right. In the other live, I shared a little picture that we have. So I will share it again because we are going to chat about that picture. So yes, that is who you are in the spray foam world. Who are you outside of the spray foam world?
Well, I work a lot. I do work a lot.
Yeah.
I'm committed to the business, but I have a lovely wife that I've been with for 36 years. I have 2 kids, both living in California. One's in film school and one is in medical school. So that's part of the reason I work so hard. But yeah, no, everything is good. I've been in this business for, I'm in my 30th year, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And do you have any hobbies that you do outside of spray foam?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have I have an interest in the entertainment business. I actually have I started, it's funny how, I don't know how it happened, but about 15 years ago, I started pitching TV formats to one of the big companies, and then evolved into writing scripts and producing movies. And so we put out a movie last year called The Toy Box. It was a horror flick,
Cool.
And this year I've got we have a movie wrapped. It's in the can. It'll come out before Christmas. It's a Christmas film called High Holiday, and it's great. It's funny.
You shared with me who some of the people that are going to be in that movie. Who's in that movie again?
Jennifer Tilly, Tom Arnold, Robert Carradine. It's just a great cast. There's some people in there, some upcomers, and Cloris Leachman's in it. It's really funny. I think you guys will like it.
Cloris Leachman alone, to me,
Denise
she's so awesome.
She's amazing.
Hilarious.
She turned 93 on the set, and so we had a cake for her and everything. And
really?
Yeah. And she's really irreverent. She was telling people to F off, and I mean, she's just hilarious,
Oh, and you said Denise Richards is in it as well?
She was in the other one, actually. I saw someone made a comment about Denise Richards and Misha Barton were in the other horror flick.
Very cool. You've got, that's some pretty, like, that's some decent names that you've got going on
Yeah.
in those. Yeah. So where can we watch? Like, where would we be able to find those?
Um, like iTunes, Amazon, Hulu. The new one that's coming out, we're not sure yet. We're working on that.
Right.
You know, it would always be fun to go to the theaters, but really the platforms today of Hulu and now Disney, they've combined, and Amazon and iTunes and Netflix obviously is a
Mm-hmm.
big one, and so we're working on that. So that's kind of where we're at now. But it'll be out before the end of the year. It's definitely a Christmas release.
Oh, that's so cool. So how
Yeah,
did you, we'll talk about the spray foam stuff in a bit, but how did you get started in that? Like, how did that come to life that you decided, how did you get into the movie business too?
with being in the chemical business, you need
Hmm.
some creative outlets, and
Yeah.
so, but no, it's just something that's always interested me, and I made some contacts, and I've always kind of been creative, and I've always liked to write, and so I kind of started with that, and then you'd think with all the platforms that are out there that there would be a lot of opportunity, and it's not. It's a tough business,
Yeah, I bet.
and yeah, so I just kept pushing and making more contacts, and ended up on the production side with some people that I knew, and so now I'm pretty much doing that. I haven't done much of the creative stuff in a while, but
Hmm.
other than participating kind of in the oversight of it. Um, but it really, believe it or not, it actually doesn't take a lot of my time.
Is
Um,
that right?
yeah, it's funny. It comes in waves. So like, I'll go months with maybe a couple of hours a month, and then there'll be a month where we're shooting something, and I'll be up half the night working on stuff, and then back in the foam office in the morning, and then
Wow.
yeah. But it comes in waves.
So do you like, you just kind of, that creative process is just like you get kind of an idea that you think would, and you just kind of take it from there? How does that happen?
Yeah, a couple of the scripts that I've written that have not been produced yet, but you kind of create an outline for a story, and then build it from there, and just keep developing it, and yeah. But the ones that we've made so far, I haven't written either of those, but there's a lot of scripts out there and a lot of people that are looking for opportunities. So you find scripts through people that
Oh, very
and
cool.
yeah, yeah.
So are you, sorry, you'll have to forgive me. You're based out of where, Doug?
I live in Houston.
Oh, you're in
Um,
Houston. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I live in Houston. I've been here for 20 years.
Hmm.
Been in Texas for 34 years now. Yeah, I'm
Wow.
originally from Michigan. So I used to go to Toronto as a kid. Used to drive. I wasn't driving, but my parents would drive, over the
Right.
bridge or through the tunnel, and I still get to go back there now because we have an office up there and
Yeah.
in Mississauga, and it's beautiful up there
Oh, very
most of the
cool.
year. Yeah, most of the
Yeah.
year.
Oh, that's awesome. So I guess I want to show this picture again because you shared this with me, and I don't know if Dennis Lawrence is on here, but if I hope you guys can see that. I don't know if you
Yeah,
can.
so that's me
You'll,
on the left on the camera. So me on the left, Dennis, and I think that's Rodney and Bob Jutras. This was back in, I think we were in Reno skiing, and this was back in the late 90s, mid to late
yeah.
90s.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
I,
And that's the one thing I love about our industry is
yeah.
it's a good thing and a bad thing, right? We need more new blood, and we got to keep bringing in new, people that can help us grow the business. I know that's an issue for a lot of people,
Hmm.
but I've got a lot of really long-standing friendships, 20, 30 years. And it's not unusual for me today to say, oh, I've known Dennis for 30 years, or I've known Bob for 30 years, or I've known,
Hmm.
I'm proud of that. It's incredible.
Yeah, it was so funny because, we all, anybody in spray foam worldwide should know who Dennis Lawrence is too. And all of a sudden I get this message from him and I thought, oh, like, what did I do? Or what's he going to say? And he says, you got to ask, if you can, ask him about that ski trip. And so it was so, because I thought, is that something we should talk about? Or is that one of those what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas things?
Right.
So
No,
we
he
did
was great.
clear it with, I
We did.
cleared it
It's
with
all
you
good.
first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. There's not a lot of trouble you can get away when wearing a snowsuit, but Um,
Right.
but no, it's been great. I mean, I've known Dennis for many years, and he's a character. He's a
Right.
good foamer. He knows his
Yeah.
business, and that's one
Yeah.
thing I love about this business. It's full of entrepreneurs and smart
Mhm.
people and hardworking people, and it's
Yeah.
I fell into the business.
I was going to say, how did you get into the business? Like, how did
Yeah.
that all begin?
I actually I got out of school, and I got out of school with a psychology degree, and
Ah.
I was like, okay, now what do I do with that? That was poor planning. And so I mean, I always kind of wanted to go beyond that, and
Hmm.
but you got to work and you got to make money. And so I kind of started putting out resumes and went to a headhunter. And so one day I get a call from the headhunter, and she says, there's a company, and this is when I was living in Dallas, in fact. And she says, there's a
Okay.
company here that it's a chemical company, and they're looking for someone. And today's the last day they're interviewing. And I just happen to be literally in the area.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't have my resume. She's like, I'll fax it. I'm like, what does that mean? And so, this was, like I said, a long time ago.
Right.
And so she sends over my resume. I go and I meet with them that day. 3 interviews, and a couple of weeks later, they hired me. And this was a company called NeoGuard, and they're urethane manufacturers, and they do other things as well, epoxies and acrylics,
Hmm.
and so I didn't even know what they did. I had no idea what they did. In fact, I remember the general manager showed me a little sample of wood with rubber on it, and he goes, "This is what we make." And so when I came home and I told my wife, I said, I got the job, and she's like, "What do they do?" And I'm like, "I don't know. They make these little wood squares with rubber on them." And I'm like, I don't. You put them under furniture? I have no idea.
Yeah.
And so I fell into the business, but I was there for 5 years and really got to know the business. Met a lot of people. Picked up a lot of technical skill. And then one day we were back in the warehouse doing inventory, and this was Dallas around now. It was 102 degrees outside, and one warehouse, there were Butler buildings, and one warehouse was really hot. And then I went into
Hmm.
the next building, and it was about 25 degrees cooler. And so I said to the GM, I'm like, why don't we just run the air ducts over and cool that building? He's like, what do you mean? This one's not air conditioned. I'm like, well, why is that one so much cooler? He says, well, that
Right.
building's been foamed. We haven't foamed this building.
Right.
And a light bulb went off, and I literally left NeoGuard and went to a company that made foam and started selling foam out in Phoenix. And that's when I got to know Dennis.
Oh,
And
okay.
a lot of people actually. And so it was a pursuit of passion. I mean, I really believed in the product, and honestly, still today, I think that foam is one of the products that always performs. If it's done right, it always performs. You can
Right.
buy expensive electronics and expensive cars, and eventually they break. Foam doesn't break. And so I fell into it, and it turned out to be a pursuit of passion. But I really love the business.
Hmm.
And we're all doing a good thing for the environment. We really bring a lot of value to consumers.
Yeah, and I think that's the misconception of the people that don't know the industry, right? Like they've heard all the bad stuff comes out and that's what everybody hangs on to. And I think with what everybody's doing, especially like in worldwide and just that change in the industry, that I think everybody it's that educational part of it now, and educating people on how, that it isn't the bad guy of, it's not the evil, right?
Exactly.
Hmm.
And we have challenges. For some reason, people love to pursue foam as the four-letter other F word. But I
Yeah.
mean, but it really does bring so much value. And I think it's, what the reason is it's disruptive technology. And
Yeah.
that's really truly the case. And so, there's a lot of people that are that push back, and as the CEO of of the company, which I've been for the last probably 16 years now, because of starting Lapolla 15 years ago, and then of course Icynene-Lapolla. It's a daily issue that we have to
Hmm.
keep an eye on. It's one of the reasons I think that everybody should consider participating at some level with SPFA, and I'm also on the board at Spray Foam Coalition, and we need those organizations, if for no other reason. There's a lot of reasons, but if for no other reason, is when there's high level concerns, whether it's termite issues or the fumigant issues, or recently one of the large Southern universities put out a calculator that when you use it, it actually says that foam is not better than fiberglass. And so we need a centralized collective focus to kind of watch these things and actually take an active role in either refuting them or negotiating them, or whatever it takes to get rid of it. And we actually, there's constant issues with us, again, because we're disruptive technology and a lot of people don't want us to succeed. We're going to succeed because we're a cohesive industry. There's like I said, a lot of hardworking people. We bring a tremendous amount of value to the consumers, and we need to educate. What you said, Carla, I think that's a big part of it. I mean, I think for years, for decades, the industry's always been focused on educating consumers, and that's probably the best thing that we could have done, and we shouldn't stop now. I think as an industry, we're at a tipping point, which is a great thing, and but now we need to push even harder because we can see the light, and we're almost there, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree. It's, you know, and I think sometimes what happens is when you are in a specific industry and you know that industry, sometimes it gets lost in, it becomes an assumption that people know, like that you understand it, so they understand it too. And that is not the case. So it's our job in the industry to make sure that people do understand that, put out that material and put out, you know, talk to them and like when I talk to people, you know, like Mike and I've been talking to a number of people, and it's like education, we need to combine education in with whatever else you're doing, you know, with your company.
Right.
Because it really, it shows that you truly do care about those customers, and you do care about their home, and you do care about what they're breathing and all of those things.
It's true. It is true. And even with our customers, with the contractors, and that's the other challenge in our business. You know, we have consumers, and then we have the contractors, and we have architects, and we have facilities people, and we have a huge array of layers within our business that we need to all communicate within. And so it's not just, you know, B2B, there's B2B to B2B to consumer. And so, and we need everybody educated and working safely and all of that. And so, I mean, our primary focus every day is we try to do all those things. We have a builder group, we have an engineering team, certified engineers. We have people we have tech service groups that actually, you know, work with our contractors to be sure that they're optimizing their experience with us and our products, being sure they're getting the most yield. We have a huge amount of service support that we've built into our company on purpose, and we invest in that. We probably have one of the largest, well, I know we have one of the largest tech service groups, one of the largest sales groups, but I think we also have one of the largest infrastructures. And the reason for that is we want to be sure that when our customers need something, we're responding, we're on top of it. And that includes technology, right? So we feel like we've kind of led technology.
Probably got a phone call. Uh-oh. I bet you he got a phone call. Hang on, we'll get him back. You guys, and keep asking, like, ask lots of questions, because we'll get to them. If we don't answer them in this live, we will definitely, we'll get to them, we promise. Uh-oh. Doug, where'd you go? He'll be back. This is what, sometimes this will happen if you get a phone call during a live, it'll like boot you out, or, you know, so we'll just, so good morning to everybody who's joined us. Thank you for joining. We'll get Doug back on here, don't worry. He'll be back. But yeah, you guys make sure you ask your questions in the comments and get him, you know, like I said, it was, Doug and I talked on Thursday, I guess it was, and I said, you know, like, if we can't answer those questions, we'll get to them afterwards. But yeah, so we'll get Doug back on here. Oh, he's showing up there. All right, Jennifer Edwards, how are you? Let me just see here. I've always liked Lapolla brand, but Doug, his himself has definitely spoke volumes for customer care and represents their company in a way I've never witnessed before. Yeah, he's very, very, he's a good person. Hey, Dave, we just lost Doug. We're going to get him back on here. What timing? Where are you, Doug? Hang on, hang on. He'll be back. We'll just talk amongst ourselves till he comes back. So, Jennifer, I do want to just say this while I've got you on here. You are just an amazing person in worldwide. Your questions, your interaction, I love it. Keep doing that. I'm so glad you do that. So thank you. We need to get some more gals in there doing that very same thing. So what's the NFL promotion they have going on right now? Good question. I'm not sure. We'll have to find that out. When he comes back, there he is. All right, we're adding him back on. Yeah, Keith, I agree with you. I agree with you on that very much. And being a leader of, a company that size, it's tough to do that. There he is. He's back. Can you hear us, Doug? Can you hear us? Hello? There you are. Did you get a phone call? Oh, yeah, I know. Nobody call him. Stop it.
Sorry, my phone rings 24 hours a day.
That's what I
Sorry, and
figured
it just
happened.
disconnected us. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
Um,
it's all good. It's all good.
sorry.
So, I guess we were talking about the last thing you were saying was about the
Yeah.
technology.
So we
So,
focus on technology. I mean, between Icynene kind of being a founder of open cell technology and Lapolla being, the first in the world to roll out the HFO insulation foams we know we have to continue to bring more value to our customers and we want to do that. We'll continue to do that. We actually have some really interesting technology that we're working on now. But we wake up every day. Um, we don't take our customers or the industry or where we are for granted. We don't. We continue to focus
mhm.
on every single day. What can we do better, and how can we support our customers? And I know this. I don't want this to sound like a commercial because it's really not. But this is what we live with every single day. I wake up every single day
Yeah,
thinking, how can we continue to bring more value? It really is important to me. It's personal. It's personal. You know.
yeah. Well, your position that you're in, I mean, that's not everybody can do that as well as you do. And it's hard, I guess probably maybe let people know because there are people watching that probably don't know, Lapolla and stuff. So maybe give a little bit of a background on Lapolla, like where you guys sit in the
Mhm.
industry, like give us a little
Sure.
background on Lapolla and just so people
Thanks.
can
We
understand
actually
better.
believe that we are the largest supplier, and I say that with confidence, meaning, talking to raw material suppliers and other high-level
Hmm.
people within the industry that actually have quantifiable data. We're pretty confident we're the largest in the business, meaningfully larger, including all of the latest mergers and all
Hmm.
that. Icynene was founded 20 something years ago, back, up in Canada. And Lapolla was originally actually a small coatings company in Phoenix, in Tempe, Arizona, in fact. And Dennis, in fact, and others used to buy from
Mm.
them before it even became this Lapolla, but that was back in 1977. And Angie Lapolla was a customer of mine for many years, and he was getting older, was going to retire. And so um, we had a conversation, and then that's when we actually took it from this little coatings manufacturer, local coatings manufacturer, um, and I bought the company with another investor, and we moved it to Houston, and we took it national and then international, and yeah, we very
Wow.
not quickly, but over 14 years, from start to finish, we built one of the biggest businesses in the business, and it was fun. It was a lot of hard work. 2008, 2009 were a challenge, but it's like every day though,
Yeah.
you keep your head down, you do the right things, and hopefully the results will come. And we actually believe now that with our new current company, the consolidated Icynene-Lapolla, that we've sold over 1 billion pounds of foam. Over 1 billion pounds of
Wow.
foam. Yeah. So we're actually we're running numbers, and we know it's over 1 billion. We know it is. It might be closer to
Yeah.
2, but I know for a fact right now I can say it's over 1 billion pounds of foam. And so I'm kind of picturing the
Right.
McDonald's arches, 1 billion served. So
Right.
it's 1
Yeah.
billion pounds of foam.
You
Yeah,
can do that in
exactly.
foam.
Yeah. But it's amazing. I mean, if you calculate out, average yields and just conservatively, I mean, how
Yeah.
many square miles that is. I'm sure it would cover Alaska or, Texas or something or
That's a
more maybe. But
lot.
yeah, I mean, so the
Right.
industry really has been consistent, and it's grown, and the technology is keeping up, and we just got to keep pushing to
Hmm.
replace some of the more traditional, less value oriented products. And that's the competition. It's not me
Right.
versus the other companies in the business. And everybody's got to make money. It's all
Hmm.
good. It is. We bring great value, and we should
Yeah.
never forget that.
Right. Yeah. So when you bought the company, how many employees did you start with?
Three, three,
Way back then. Three. And what are you at now?
140. Yeah.
Holy smokes. So, and that was over a
Yeah.
15-year
Yeah.
period,
Yeah.
did
We
you say?
actually, there was Monica
Wow.
Longton, Keith Van Stavern. Those two left BASF when we were with BASF and came with me, and the three of us
Hmm.
started the business. And both are still with me today. And yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So yeah,
That's
good
impressive.
people. It's all
Yeah.
about the people. We have to have the
Yeah.
technology, we have to have all the
Hmm.
other stuff that you have to have, but it's really all about the people. It's the people that really make the difference. And um, it's that kind of
Hmm.
business, and yeah, but it's been fun, and I'm not giving up. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, right. You can maybe like I know we were going to touch briefly on a few maybe a couple conspiracy theories out there, but we will not dwell on
Is
it.
Clemens on? Is
As we
Clemens
said.
on? My message.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
where's
my
Clemens?
my my messages stopped down below, so I can't see the comments. So you'll have to help me with that. But
Hmm.
it's me. Yes, I'm the one with the technical
Yeah.
challenges. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's funny. Since the day we started Lapolla
Hmm.
15 years ago, I swear, within
Hmm.
a year, people are like, oh, they're gonna
Hmm.
sell, or whatever. It's like there's always rumors in our business, and
Hmm.
and sometimes we would start rumors just to see how quickly they would come around because we thought it was funny. Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's always rumors, and I mean, look, the industry has gone through a lot of consolidation, so I mean, there's basis for that thought process, but the reality is a lot of it is just rumors. It's just rumors. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. I think that's pretty common in most industries. Those
Yeah.
things happen. So it is, and we all know that Clemens is our
Clemens, we love you.
resident
It's okay, buddy.
conspiracy theorist. So yeah, we love you, but I know he said something about coming to Canada, and he picks the province that's got the most spray foamers in it. And I was like, dude, like, no, I don't think that's a good choice. But so I guess also, when did you? I guess we'll talk a little bit about when and how did you discover spray foam worldwide?
Wow. I don't exactly remember how I kind of, found it or fell into
Mm-hmm.
it, but it was right away. It was at the very beginning. And I just, the one thing at my level, operationally running the business, the one thing that I've always been
Right.
very fixed on is the fact that if I lose touch with the field, I've lost my value to the company and probably the industry as well. And so I've
Right.
always made a point of being in touch with everybody in the field, contractors. Like, again, I've known people for so many years, and I stayed in touch with them not only because I care about them, but because I want to learn, right? When I first came into the business, I actually got up on roofs, which almost all roofing. So I would go out to good customers or friends and get up on their roofs and work with them, work on the roofs, tearing off roofs, spraying foam on roofs. And I did that for weeks at a time just to stay in the field, learn what I could, because you're always learning in this business too. So if you think you know everything, you're absolutely,
Right.
you know, it's not the case. I'm still learning today. So,
Right.
but it's really, it's about kind of staying in touch with the field. And so when Spray Foam Worldwide, when, you know, Bill and Robert and Matt and those guys, I mean, man, it was just, it literally changed my life. It really did, because it just gave me a vehicle to, because my time is so tight. I've got so many different things that I'm working on, just like everybody else. Everybody's
Yeah.
busy, but I could literally, you know, reach into the field any time of the day I wanted to, and communicate with sprayers and business owners and others, and see the kind of questions that are being asked, and ask questions myself, you know, of others, to kind of get their input and thoughts and perspectives, and
Right.
it's been a gift. It really has. I mean that sincerely. So I as soon as I found it, it just, you know, I was hooked, and I do it every day, and I'd be embarrassed to admit how many hours a day I do it, but I do, and you know, but it's great. I love it, and honestly,
Yeah.
it's funny. I know, and a lot of people feel this way. You know, I've made a lot of friends on Spray Foam Worldwide. Some of them I've never even
Right.
met. But they're friends. I mean, I
Yeah.
literally, that's, you know, you know, this is going to sound crazy. I don't have a lot of friends outside of work, because I do focus on my work, and, you
Right.
know, I focus on my kids, and my industry friends are my friends. And I've met a tremendous amount. I mean, I could list, I won't, but I could list hundreds of people that I care about. And it's kind of weird, because we're all, I guess, you know, because we all have common interests. We're all in this together. We're all kind of living a lot of the same environment. You know, some of, like I said, honestly, some of them I haven't even met yet. I hope I meet every single one of them, but, but they're friends. They really are, you know?
Yeah, it becomes, you know, and it's funny because you'll see things in there and it is just like family, right? Like that group is just
Yep.
like a family. So there's, you know, all kinds of things. But you and I would not be having this
Right.
conversation without it,
Exactly.
without that group. You know, I wouldn't know anybody that I'm connected to now without Spray Foam
Totally.
Worldwide.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah, and I think I was there in the beginning too. I don't remember when I came in, but it was like under 100 people. So it's, to watch that growth has been
It's
pretty
amazing.
incredible. And what you said was, it gives you, and I mean, especially for somebody that is in your position of what you do, for you to be in there and interacting with those guys, like that is a real gift for you as well as for
Thanks.
them, because it, that they can have access to you and talk to you, or, you know, send you, you know, throw a question out and you'll answer them.
Yeah, it's
That's
really, I mean,
huge.
thank you. That's very sweet. It's, you know, but that's the plan. I mean, you know, this is, my title is just a
Yeah.
title. I mean, the fact is I'm in this business,
Yeah.
you know, I don't sit in an ivory tower and, you know, sign POs and, you know, make, you know, big decisions. We're in the
Right.
field. I mean, and I think that's one of the differences between us and, you know, some of my other competition is, we're industry professionals. This is what we do. We don't want to just make product and sell it. You know, we're in the field every day with the
Right.
contractors, and that's why we have a large tech service group. We want to be there. We want them to get the best yield. We want them to increase their profitability. Um, you know, and that's why it's great. I mean, being able to communicate with others, and when I see pettiness on Spray Foam Worldwide that's competition related, it just, you know, it's annoying, because look, I mean, you got to have choices, and that's okay. And we don't see a lot of that. That's one of the things I love
Yeah.
about Spray Foam Worldwide is how admin did
Right.
such a good job setting the right culture, um, and it really
Yes.
has stayed, and it's so constructive. It really is. It's great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's setting that tone. And I mean, it's it's funny because, you know, anybody who's been in there for a long time, you can always tell when if somebody's going to go off the rails, they get checked pretty quickly, and it doesn't need to be by an bin.
That's right.
It's like, no, that doesn't fly. And it really shows, if, you know, if you're in any other groups, they aren't run that way. And I mean, I appreciate that very much about Worldwide, because it just keeps people at a better level. Like, you're better than that. And, you know, the competition thing, and I think we talked about it too, you know, it's all about, that group is about building relationships and being involved. Like, you have to be involved, you have to interact. And so that's why when you are on there and comment, like, that's a big thing. It's a big deal. And I know it, you know, we know you don't sit in your ivory tower, but like, it's nice that you come in and you do that, because it really does bring that humanity into what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, you aren't just that title, and people get caught up in that title thing, and they think, well, maybe I can't ask that question. You know, it's like, I don't know if he'll answer because, you know, of the title. And you are not that person, for sure. Like, you and I've talked a couple times, and you are so humble and so down to earth that it's very refreshing, very refreshing. And I know for me, I appreciate how you are.
Yeah.
And
thanks very much. We've always said, no matter how big we get, we're never going to be that way. And I think today we've proven that, you know, we're the biggest in the business. And, you know, I'll always be around. You guys will get sick of seeing me, and I'll ask questions on Spray Foam Worldwide, and I'll always be accessible. And again, I feel privileged because, you know, there's opportunities for us to really contribute to the industry. And we focus on a lot of things, like I said, Spray Foam Coalition and the SPFA. I've been on the board for many years, and it helps. It really does. It's kind of more behind the scenes, but we accomplish a lot of things that are for the good of the industry, whether it's recognized every day or not. But as a company, I feel very privileged. And I know everyone that I work with, it's kind of within our culture, the way we participate with folks. And we had a contest recently where, you know, because I mean, every day you see everybody out there working so hard, and it's 100 and something degrees in the attics. I mean, it's a tough business that we're in. It's not easy, and I think that's actually helped define kind of the culture within our business too. That everybody they're good people. They work hard. They're, you know, I mean, it's a good business. It's a real honorable business, and for us to be able to, you know, create contests as a basis of giving away chill boxes, as an example. We're privileged. We really are. And in fact, last time we gave away another one just because we could. You know, we want to help. We really do. So, yeah. Yeah.
So, with the SPFA, I guess that's coming up in February.
In Pasadena. Yes.
In Pasadena, right? Yeah. So you guys were sponsor of the giveaway last year, right? In one of the sponsors, correct?
Yep. And this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we're actually. Yeah.
What's happening this year?
We're the platinum sponsor of Spray Foam Worldwide, and there's kind of more limited partners sponsors this year, and we're going to step up big time, and we've got some really exciting giveaways, and we're going to have a big event as we always do, and it's funny because it's every year those events get better and better because like we said, everybody's kind of made friends, and now so many people are so familiar with so many other people. Now they get a chance to meet them, and so every year it gets more and more fun. And you know, I know it's in California and it's far for a lot of folks. We hope everybody will make it because you know, with all due respect to SPFA, I look forward to the Spray Foam Worldwide event more than anything.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of the one that it's the one that everybody wants to go
exactly.
to, of course.
Come in for that and then go home. Go back to work.
Yes.
No, but it'll be.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully everybody will come, but we'll be there. We'll be there with bells on, and we'll have giveaways. It'll be a blast.
Great. Yeah, it'll be good. So, I guess, what was the other thing? I should have taken notes, and I did not. I guess, what would be the thing that you take away the most from being a part of a group like Spray Foam Worldwide? What would be your number one takeaway
I
from
think
there?
it's the friendships. I mean, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I literally I can make a list of people that I have such huge respect for. I mean, Ken Wells, Bill Bilbin. I shouldn't even start because the list just goes on, and I don't want to miss anybody. That's really, to
Yeah.
me, is what's fueled my passion for the business over the last several years. It really has.
Mm-hmm.
And and then it's just, you know, the fact that we really do bring value. And I think I'm in a fortunate position that I've come into a business that was emerging technology. It was almost obscure relative to percentages of the overall size and scale of the business of the industry of fiber or insulation rather, right? So, but
Mm-hmm.
now I've had the unusual and fortunate opportunity to watch an industry go from obscurity to a meaningful position to really a tipping point. And I sincerely believe that if we all keep doing what we're doing, do the right thing, stay focused, focus on safety, and continue to evolve the technology, that over the next 5 to 10 years, I think that we'll take a majority share of insulation. I really do. And so I feel really
Right.
fortunate that not many people can say that they've been in an industry and watch it evolve from here to there. And so I
Mm-hmm.
feel really fortunate about that. And so, but I think we just got to keep doing what we're doing, educate consumers, stay focused, focus on safety, um,
Right.
and continue to raise the bar. And so, yeah, so it's been, um, I really feel very lucky. It's been fun.
Yeah. Sean Gauthier has asked a couple times about an NFL
Yeah.
giveaway.
Yeah, I can't see the messages. So yeah,
So can you
yeah,
expand on that?
good.
Yeah, I
Perfect.
saw it pop up again. I was going
No,
to ask
good.
and
It's
I
all good.
forgot.
Any questions that are coming, it's okay. So it's all good. I just can't see them. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, we'll go back and
cool.
answer if there's there because I know
Yeah.
there's
So
some I've
what we're
missed.
doing is we're maintaining the two brands, and the reason that we do that is because there's a lot of loyalty to both brands, and we're committed to, you know,
Mhm.
continuing to provide everybody with the products and the brands that they like the best, right? And so we're still, so Icynene has always been in Canada. Lapolla has been there in the past, but really kind of hasn't been there very much.
Mhm.
And now we're rolling the Lapolla brand out into Canada. And so to raise some awareness of
Mm.
that, we actually have a contest right now that for anybody that comes on board and starts to purchase Lapolla products, they get entered into a giveaway. And we're flying down a couple of people, all expenses paid, to Houston. So we'll spend time with them in the office, give them a planned
Mm.
tour. We'll have some fun together. And most importantly, we're going to go to an NFL game here in Houston. And it's a big one.
Ah.
I'm trying to remember if it's Patriots. But anyway, Kimmy, if Kimmy's on there, she can comment and you'll see it. But it's a big game. In fact, it's sold out,
Yeah.
and we had to go get tickets through alternative sources. But it's a big one, and we thought, you know what? Yeah, yeah. So it'll be
Wow,
a lot of
yeah.
fun, and so it's kind of a big one, and so we hope everybody will participate, and um, I'll be there. I'm gonna
Yeah.
join.
Somebody is
Yeah,
saying it's the Patriots.
awesome.
So,
It'll be a
yeah, that'll
great
be a
game,
good
and the
game
weather
for
will be good
sure.
too. That time of the year, the weather is good here.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's
When is it
Is
for?
it December 1st, Kimmy? Is it December? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
somewhere in there. Yeah.
Somewhere in there. Okay.
Yeah. It'll be great.
That's awesome. So what can we look forward to seeing from you guys coming
Oh
up?
man, we have some exciting technology coming. We rolled out a product that
Mm-hmm.
we're rolling out slowly and on a controlled basis, but it's a closed cell foam system with an R value over 7 that gets 7,000 board feet a set. It's a game changer in the business. It really is. It's a game changer. So, but we're not selling it just in the open market yet. We're cautiously rolling it out. It'll be on a controlled basis. You'll have to be an
Mm-hmm.
approved contractor for that. But there's a lot of opportunities. Look, I mean, the main thing is we care about our customers and we're there. And each customer has a tech service guy that will literally come and help maintain their equipment for them, no charge. You know, we want you guys to have a relationship with our tech service people. You'll have their cell number. If you have any challenges, you can pick up the phone and go, dude, something's weird with my pattern. What do you think's going on? That's what they're there for. And that, again, it's to help optimize the experience with us and our products. And this is what we do. We enjoy this business, and so we're going to keep growing and stay focused on our customers and technology, and it'll be. I think we're having a great year this year, and we'll keep an eye on the economy together. And that was going to be my next poll, was what everybody's thinking about the economy, and love to get some feedback. We have the scale. That's another thing too that's really interesting about Spray Foam Worldwide, is we have the scale to actually have some real insight on different issues when everybody kind of comes together with polls. And some are more meaningful than others, but nonetheless, we have a very large sampling of people from all over the country, and in some ways all over the world, that can participate in those polls, that really give us as a group some incredible insight.
Right. Oh, most definitely. Now, you guys are in, I know we have Steve Jewell coming on in October, but where are you guys located throughout the world?
Steve's awesome, by the way, my buddy. So we have, so Steve is in the UK, right? We have an office in Lyon, France. We have an office in Prague. Yep.
Okay.
We obviously have a plant in Canada, which we kept, and a plant in Houston, and that's the corporate office in Houston. But we're really all over the world. We sell into Australia, Europe, Scandinavia, Asia. Japan is a growing market for us. Korea. We're pretty much. I think we've sold to pretty much everywhere around the world on a regular basis. I would say that we're active in about 40 countries around the world regularly, like every week. Yeah.
Wow. Oh.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, I know we've got Tyler is coming on, Tyler Fisk, and Steve is coming on. Like I said to you, so all of a sudden I realized these Lapolla people are coming on, and I didn't
We've
even
got a
realize
lot of big personalities, but again, it's about the people. Like I said, I mean, Steve and Tyler are great examples.
Right.
I mean, they're passionate about the business, and I love their energy, and we surround ourselves with people like that, and it's important.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it absolutely, it shows, and it shows with how you guys are respected, and those two in particular are very, they're well known in the group. And I know Steve comes to the conferences, doesn't Steve? He does come to SPFA.
Yeah, he'll be there this year too. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so there will be a big arm wrestling challenge, I am assuming.
Absolutely.
Are you training?
Hey, listen, I don't want to get hurt here, so but between Dave Feitel and Ken Wells and Steve and others, I'm sure there'll be some others jumping in. In fact, I saw a belt. Was it Keith or someone had
somebody had a belt?
It's getting serious. Yeah, it's getting serious
business.
I just don't want anyone to get hurt.
Everybody's pumping iron. Right. Yeah, I've seen some of the pictures, and the size of the some people's arms. It's like, whoa, that is serious stuff. So
that's right.
Yeah. Well, is there anything you want to kind of end this with? Wrap it up?
Yeah.
Do you have any comments?
No, I mean, listen,
it's
an honor to be here. Thank you so much. This is better than Jimmy Kimmel. Maybe the same as David Letterman, but definitely better than Jimmy Kimmel. And I like Jimmy Kimmel too, though. But no, listen, it's great. I mean, it's just another opportunity for all of us to interact and get to know each other as an industry and participants in the industry. And so I thank you for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm thrilled that you wanted to come on and talk to us. It was like when that happened, I was like, oh my goodness, yes, please do come on. And I'm always, I really do. This platform is kind of, I want to bring some of that, like, you're not just that name on Facebook, like, people need to see who people are. And I really appreciate you taking, because I know you are busy, so I do appreciate you taking your time to chat with us. That's great. But we will go back through the comments, because I know there's lots, and there's a few people on there I saw that have known you since college. I saw somebody come on there You brought Gatorade to somebody. I saw that, so we'll have to go back
Yeah,
and go through
yeah.
those. But
That's
on
so
a job,
funny.
yeah, somebody was talking about bringing you brought them Gatorade or
Yeah,
something on a
when I
job
got into
site.
foam,
So
I moved to Phoenix. My company at the time moved me to Phoenix, a company called IPI. I don't know
yeah,
if some of you will certainly remember that. But man, like I said, it was hard work, and I used to climb the ladder with a case of frozen Gatorades for everybody. That's
right.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the stuff that
Yeah,
people
exactly.
remember.
Well, it was, yeah, guys work hard
Yeah,
up there. I've been there, I've done it. But yeah, if
that's
there's any
right.
questions, that'd be great, and we
Yes.
can follow up. So,
Awesome. All right.
okay.
Well, we'll wrap it up. And thank you guys for joining us. And thank you, Doug, so much. It's been a pleasure
Thank you.
speaking with you and finally getting to speak
Thank
to you
you.
face
My
to
pleasure,
face.
my
So
honor. Thank you.
you're welcome. You're welcome
Thank
back
you.
anytime.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, you guys. You have questions, just ask them in the comments and we'll go back and Doug will get to them. And thank you guys so much for joining, and we will see you
Thanks.
all next week.
Bye.
Have a good day.